Nau mai ngā mata ririki o te wā. Nau mai ki tēnei kupu whakamārama e māma ake ai tō haere i te ara tuku tono mo Ngā Taonga Toi a Te Waka Toi. Ngā Taonga Toi a Te Waka Toi, the annual Te Waka Toi Awards celebrate and recognise the artistic excellence, achievement and contribution of Māori artists working in customary and contemporary Māori arts in Aotearoa. Creative New Zealand makes awards in 5 different categories, and 3 of these categories are up for public nomination. Those award categories are Ngā Tohu Hautūtanga Auaha Toi, which recognises the leadership and development of new directions in Māori art. Ngā Manu Pīrere, which recognises the achievement of an emerging artist at the developmental stage of their career. Te Tohu Iho Pūmanawa, which recognises the contribution of a Māori artist with the lived experience of disability. So this video is to help you to apply or help you to nominate an artist to apply for the Te Waka Toi Awards. So what I'm going to do is drop a link into the description below, click on that link, and I'll see you guys at the website.
All right, cool. So if the link worked, then you would be at our website and you'll be at this page itself. And if it didn't, what you'll need to do is to go to our website, www.creativenz.govt.nz. If you go down to the left-hand side here, you'll see Find Funding. Click on that. Under that is Funds. Click on that. Then scroll down, be the third one down, 1, 2, 3. And here you'll find all the information for the Te Waka Toi Awards. So I'm going to click into that now. All right, so this is taking us to all the information or the relevant information that we need to make a nomination. There's 7 tabs to click on. And of course, take your time to have a little read through all of that stuff. Today, we're only going to be focusing on these first 3. That's the most important stuff for now. So checking your eligibility, see what's funded, and how to make an application. So I'm just going to really go over this really quickly. But please do take your time to go over the information, over the eligibility criteria, and see what's funded. I'm going to click in here. Who can be nominated? So everything, all the information that you need is on our website. Who can be nominated? Nominees must be tangata whenua Māori artists working across 1 or more art forms. That's contemporary or customary. Must be a New Zealand citizen or permanent New Zealand resident. Must have a track record of excellence and achievement or show potential for contributing to further development of Ngā Toi Māori. Kapai, just down here, who can make a nomination? Anybody can make a nomination. Artists may also nominate themselves. Now, this may be a little bit tricky, I know. Kāore te kumara e kōrero ana mo tōna ake reka. So what I really want to encourage, whānau mā, e hoa mā, if you have friends and whānau or people in your community that you know of that are amazing at what they do in terms of the arts, get in contact with them and ask if it's okay if you can make a nomination on their behalf. I know that a lot of our people probably won't be putting their hands up to nominate themselves. Some will, and that's Kate Poi, but I got a feeling that a lot of our people won't do that. Really want to reiterate, please, whānau mā, e hoa mā, if you have people in your whānau, in your circles, at mahi, within your communities, please get in contact with them and ask if it's okay if you can make a nomination on their behalf. All right, I'm going to go down to see what's funded. Cool. So at the top here, it's going to just give you a brief description of all the awards that's going to be covered on the night. Now, there's, as I said earlier, there are only 3 awards that are up for public nomination, and those 3 awards and the criteria are listed below. So, Ngā Tohu Hautūtanga Auaha Toi, Making a Difference Award. The award is up to $10,000, and there are up to 3 recipients that will be eligible for this fund. Here are just a brief outline of some of the things that you need to cover, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in the application itself. Ngā Manu Pīrere, again, for emerging artists. There are 3 recipients that will be entitled or eligible for this award, and the fund itself, or the award itself, is up to $10,000. And please note that collectives of up to 3 people are also allowed to apply or nominate themselves or be nominated, and they will be eligible for one of those awards. We come down to Te Tohu Iho Pūmanawa, and again, only one recipient for this award for $10,000. We also have another couple of Supreme Awards that are available. Of course, Te Tohu Aroha mo Te Ariki Nui Teim Te Tairangi Kāhu, the Exemplary Supreme Award, and of course, Ngā Tohu a Ta Kingi Ihaka, the Sir Kingi Ihaka Award, which recognises a lifetime achievement to the arts. Okay, we're going to go down one more to make an application. Click on here. Under downloads, you're going to see nomination form, Ngā Taonga Toi Te Waka Toi 2020. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to download the application or the nomination form. Let's click on that. All right, here we are at the nomination form. Okay, so at the top here's a few details, important details. Nominations close at 1 p.m. on Friday, the 10th of July, 2020. So I would ignore that Friday and I would make that a Thursday, just to give yourself a little bit of breathing space. I know in the past people have had trouble uploading information or support material, and as a result, they weren't able to submit their applications or their nominations before the time or before the deadline. So try and give yourself a little bit of breathing space, and try submit the application the day before. As I said before, artists are able to nominate themselves. Kāre te kumara e kōrero nā motona ke reka. Although that whakatauki might not apply to all iwi, I really want to encourage you, if you know someone in your whānau, in your friend circle, within your community that has had an outstanding contribution to Māori arts, please get in contact with them and please put their name forward and make a nomination. Okay, we're just going to go down to the next part of the application itself, the contact details. So this is where if you're making an application or nomination on behalf of somebody else, you're going to put your details in here. Pretty straightforward, your name, postal address, email, phone number, and over here you're going to put the information of the person that you're nominating. All right, iwi affiliations, gender, all of that stuff. Kapai. Below, there's three options, or the three awards that are up for public nomination. It's asking you to choose one of those or indicate which one that you're going to nominating your artist towards. And if you don't have the capability of ticking these boxes, what I recommend doing is simply just delete the ones that you're not using. Kapai. All right, so I'm gonna go down to the next section. Now, once you've completed that, that's just your basic information about who you are and who the artist is. The nomination form is now going to ask you to answer 3 questions. Kapai. So you have 500 words to play with. If that's not enough, what I do recommend is that you fill out another form, separate Word document, put all your information in there, and save that as a piece of support material towards the application. That's if you run out of those 500 words. Kapai. Right, so the first question, why do you think the person you have nominated should receive this award? Now, you know, go into detail, tell us about them, tell us about their history, tell us about the things that they've done and completed, why you think that they should be considered for this award. You might want to have examples of their work. That's up to you. You know, we're not going to be, or the assessors are not going to be looking at grammar. You know, that's not what we assess. We assess the artwork and the artist. So don't worry about that stuff, but clarity and detail is definitely going to be your friend when it comes to the assessment itself. All right, question number 2, Ngā Tauranga Māori. So what the application here or the nomination form is asking you to do is to give examples of how the nominee will incorporate Ngā Tauranga Māori into their work. Again, 500 words. So I guess this is a tricky question for some people because it's sort of like asking a fish what water tastes like. And because we do things so naturally, and it's so ingrained as part of us and who we are and what we do. But what I really, really need you to do is to detail, even if it's bullet points, and tell us all of the systems, all of the Mātauranga Māori systems that particular artist would draw on to create their work. And now I know that it will be different from artist to artist, art form to art form, genre to genre. And even within that, artists may have a different way or different style of applying Mātauranga Māori to their process. And also, it might also be different in the visible presentation of that final product as well. So what I really encourage you to do is list everything. Assume that whoever's going to be assessing this application knows nothing about you, knows nothing about this, the nominee, and make it as simple and but as detailed as possible. Bullet points are fine. For example, you might want to mention tuakana taina framework that people might use when they're collaborating. You might want to use or talk about the te kore, te pō, te ao marama creation process. You might want to talk about the different value system, manaakitanga, aroha, tētahi ki tētahi, all of that stuff, and how is that visible. What sources of whakapapa, pepeha, what sources of mātauranga, history, myths, legends, everything that you can think of from Te Ao Māori that your particular nominee will be drawing on to create their mahi. Again, if you run out of space, I would encourage you to put all of that information into a separate document and attach that as support material to your application. I'll talk about support material at the end. Coming down to the last question here. Now this looks pretty intimidating because there's a lot of information in there. Now what I want to encourage you to do, rather than keeping all of that, I'm only going to keep the award that I'm going to be applying for. I'm going to nominate my artist for. I'm going to delete the rest. And you might be fine. You might be able to just write everything in there one go. And for others, a really good way to do this is to separate these, treat them like questions, and then you should be able to answer these a lot easier. Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. Keep it simple, keep it clear. We don't necessarily need the whakapapa of Io Matua Kore all the way to you, but detail, as I said, will be your friend in this. So make sure that you get everything that's necessary, in particular to this nomination form and to the nominee's work. All right, now over here, we've got support material. Now, we can only accept 5 pieces of support material towards a nomination. But what I recommend you do, say if you've got 10 different photos of the artist's work, rather than sending 10 different attachments, what you could do is save all of those photos into one PDF and then attach that PDF as one attachment. If you've got letters of support or references, I would also recommend saving all of those letters of support or references into one PDF document and then attach that one PDF document as another attachment. It still leaves you another 3. So there's ways of still being able to submit everything that you want to, and still be within the guidelines of eligibility. Okay, so once you've done that, of course, you're going to sign it, you're going to date it, and then you're going to send the completed form along with your support material to Te Waka Toi Awards at creativenz.govt.nz. I will leave another link in the description below so that you can link the email or link this information to the email itself. All right, so that's pretty much it.
No reira ke ngā ringa rehe toi. Koutou ngā ringa raupā o ngā toi Māori. Ngā Manu Pīrere, ngā Manu Taiko, koutou, ngā whatukura, ngā māreikura o ngā toi Māori. Tēnei te mihi atu ki a koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Mō kore anō te mihi ki a koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.